Hi, my name is Charles Marshall and I'm a software consultant with the Wolters Kluwer CCH Training and Consulting Department. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use your CCH Axcess tax application to prepare state returns for same-sex marriage couples when the state for which there is a filing requirement doesn't allow same-sex marriage couples to file a joint return. You don't have to take any special steps if you're preparing a married filing joint status tax return for a same-sex couple and the couple files in a state that allows same-sex marriage couples to file a joint state return. CCH Axcess Tax will produce the federal married filing joint return along with the state married filing joint return. However, when the filing state doesn't allow parties to a same-sex marriage to file a state married filing joint return, you need to split the federal return into two additional returns for state filing purposes: a taxpayer married filing separate state return and a spouse married filing separate state return. Let me show you now how to handle this situation with your CCH Axcess Tax application. Prepare the married filing joint return that you'll file for federal purposes, being careful to enter data in the TS or TSJ fields that are available on the income or deduction worksheets. CCH Axcess Tax uses this data to allocate an income or deduction item to the taxpayer or to the spouse, or to jointly allocate the item. Make sure you've entered data to identify the taxpayer and spouse's resident state. Check the same-sex marriage box on the general section of the basic data worksheet and calculate the return. Here's a tip for you. While your cursor's in the checkbox, open the Help tab and select the Field Instruction button to pull up a great help screen on preparing same-sex marriage state returns. When you've requested preparation of a state return for a state that does not allow same-sex marriage joint returns, checking the same-sex marriage box generates a diagnostic message prompting you to use the Split Joint Return feature to create three returns: the married filing joint 1040 return, a single filing status state return for the taxpayer, and a single filing status state return for the spouse. I'll show you that diagnostic message. You split a joint return by selecting the Split Return button on the Manage tab. During the split joint return process, you'll need to assign a unique client ID to the spouse's state single filing status return. The taxpayer's state single filing status return will have the same client ID as the married filing joint 1040 return, but a different version number. You can assign descriptions to the returns created during the split return process by clicking the Version Description button and entering the description. After completing the split joint return process, open the respective taxpayer and spouse state returns to review the results of the split. Let's take a look at the taxpayer's state single filing status return that was produced. All that's left to be done now is to review the taxpayer and spouse's state returns to make sure the data flowed correctly during the split return process. I'm Charles Marshall, software consultant with Wolters Kluwer CCH. Thanks for listening to this video. For more CCH Axcess Tax training resources, please visit our training and consulting webpage.